So, what are glitches? Glitches, there's actually multiple different types, and will be explained within this video. Glitches are errors in the programming, or flaws, and lead to unpredictable behavior, crazy things, kind of like this. Basically like that. Glitches have been around for a really, really, really long time. Like a long time. Like, so long that the first ever glitch to ever be found was Pac-Man. Yep, the game that came out in 1980 and has been known by many people. It was the first game to ever have its first glitch. The glitch was referred to as Map 256. As said right here from the game Wikipedia of Pac-Man, the screen starts to split and has a jumbled mess of numbers and letters on the right side, and it appears to be impossible to play, as said right here. Now, with that out of the way, we're going to be talking about 7 different glitches. There's actually 8, but I'll talk about that last one a little later in the video. Glitch type number 1. Graphic glitches. These type of glitches are the types of glitches that affect the textures of things in video games, from people to items in the map, all sorts of things. So like a person's face is not fully visible, or a rock doing some weird things, like unusual properties of how it looks, or uh, something that is not even there. I also have a clip here of me playing Skyrim, and I encountered a graphical glitch, as you can see me walking through the door and seeing this water disappear. How these glitches can be caused can be due to computer problems, or if the software is just being very buggy. The computer problems could be your graphics card is not working as intended, or has been physically damaged, your CPU is overheating, or your RAM sticks are corrupted. There's not really much to it. So, on to the next glitch. Glitch number 2. Collision glitches. This glitch, let me tell you, it happens a lot in so many games. Collision glitches can somewhat come in a numerous amount of forms, and it's not even accidents left by developers, forgotten to like, oh, set collision for this setting or something like that. Sometimes it would just be the engine itself being confusing and bugged. In this clip of Scrap Mechanic that I'm playing, you can exactly see this example. And this game does not have a way of making a coding where an item can be physically crushed into nothing but a flat panel, like this paint bucket in this creation I built in this game. And as this wall starts to close on this bucket, it glitches to the other box that you can see clearly empty, and once at the end of the video, you can fully see the bucket on the other side. And in the same game with the different clip, you can see I cut a hole in the wall because the game won't allow my player to fully go through. So I'd be like a pancake, even though the game doesn't still have like that kind of way of coding where your player gets squished. But mostly, I get pushed through the wall with a small hole. As you can clearly see, I can't fit through it. But once the wall pushes me, it gives me a little help and allows me to go to the other side into the other room. In this other clip of GTA 5, I have myself pointing it at the jetpack and then the building. The building has this other collision glitch, or collision that's been left out, but I say it's a collision glitch because developers work really hard in the game to make sure it's functional. Some parts may be bugged and forgotten about, or they've forgotten to add the coding to make sure the collision is enabled. And I take this jetpack and fly into that point. And with this other clip of me throwing these smoke canisters at the ceiling, you can clearly see they are colliding. But as I wait for the smoke to finish and go away, I use my super jump and then fly through the ceiling, as it appears to only be glitching with the players. There isn't just wall collisions and map phasing collisions. There's also other collisions that lead to crazier reactions. Starting off with the launch, which can explain itself in this clip right here. Pretty explanatory, that's for sure. And sometimes it doesn't always lead like that. Send you into the sky, sometimes it'll just send you across a little further from your objective. How these glitches can occur is in a little complex way. This video will also show you what it looks like in case you can't understand with just words. Basically, when the game is being played, your computer has its own limits. So games are developed in a way to make sure that you can run smoothly with a type of PC that can run the game. And in Mario 64, there's an explanation for this glitch. So when an object starts to collide with another object, coding or collision coding is loaded in or rendered in, which is mostly the term used in games. As this clip of Barrel is following, you can see the rendered collisions of coding are gone through as they're being registered sooner than the other collisions. And sometimes the unrendered collisions, or what we call frozen coding, can pile up on each other. And once it starts to pile up to a certain amount, you'll just be like this absolute huge cluster. Then once all the other coding finally realizes that this also needs to be loaded in, all of that coding also falls, releasing this massive reaction, realizing that the object has applied so much collision that it causes an extreme confusion, sending the other object flying off to the stratosphere. I could talk more about these collision glitches, but sometimes it's hard to find video evidence for these glitches, and I don't know the exact code and how it works. I can explain it in a way, which is what you saw in the previous clip, but on to the next glitch. Just a quick pause here. I did forget to mention one other glitch was physical glitches. I could talk about those too, but they're pretty much in the same way as collision glitches. I just want to let you know. So, I know it's at 7, but just letting you know. Glitch type number 3. NPC glitches. Okay, this happens way more often than any other glitches. It's very common. And like, there's gonna be a lot of bugs that you can encounter when playing games that are just freshly released. But the most common that you can find, even in games that are years old and have constant bug fixes, the bugs that you encounter most will most likely just be the NPCs themselves. Not because of bad programming, because sometimes they seem to be always the magnet for bugs. I can talk about each different one with all the evidence that can be provided, but I'm probably just going to use a little montage and let the videos explain themselves.
I gotta help him.
God, please help me! I'm trapped! Help me, please! Please! I'm trapped in here! Please, I can't breathe! Help! Please! Help me!
The Earl Sterling case. Apparently Earl just up and disappeared one day. No one's seen him since.
I hate books.
Well, there's that. If you still don't understand much of it, I'll put it like this. NPCs are dumb, no matter what. It's brilliant coding and reaction for what they do, but most of the time, they're just kind of dumb. So, like, they may have dialogue that makes them look like they're incredibly intelligent, but most of the time, they are not. Just gonna put it as that. So the next time you see an NPC, just know they're gonna do something unexpected, or gonna bring a glitch along with them. On to the next glitch. Glitch number 4. Audio glitches. Audio glitches don't occur often, and sometimes are very hard to recreate. They can appear in certain times where you actually do notice them when it's a major scene, but when it's like small little details for the sounds, it can occur during those times, and you won't even notice because you're just not paying much attention to the sound. And the ways that I think it can occur is sometimes there will be audio playing and yet nothing's happening. So that could be technically an NPC glitch, but it's also can be an audio glitch when there's no triggers in the area to set off an enemy to spawn. Sometimes the audio glitch can be distortion or the audio breaking down. Or sometimes it'll be a part where the audio is supposed to play and yet it doesn't play, or like if the audio doesn't play, it prevents you from playing the game further. And sometimes there's the high chance where audio will crash the game or something. And it can happen on those occasions, but they're very rare because audio glitches don't happen as often, and audio rarely distorts unless you're doing a Zoom call. And like I said, sometimes we don't even know how they're caused. Like this YouTuber of In Control Again, playing on GTA 5 Online, talks about this glitch in his 15 minutes of useless information video.
In GTA Online, there's a random glitch that distorts your phone's sound effects. Here's what it sounds like normally. And here's what it sounds like when distorted. I have no clue what triggers this glitch or why it happens.
And as what he also kind of said, and what I said, is that sometimes audio glitches can occur unexpectedly, which is why they're rare on some occasions. You might notice it at some point when you pay attention to the sound, or if like you're a person who knows the difference in the sounds that are being made. So like you listen, you can hear the normal audio from a certain something, but you hear that faint distorted audio somewhere else, and you don't know why that exists. And sometimes it's not even intentional, just to remind you, because this is about glitches. But yeah, it could happen at any moment, any time, or if you're doing something that causes the audio to have a malfunction. Anyways, on to the next glitch. Glitch number 5 and 6. Game breaking and sequence breaking glitches. Game breaking and sequence breaking are working in similar ways with each other, but mostly different from each other as well. Game breaking is mostly just making the game very unplayable for you and other people if it's a multiplayer game, to what I call lag machines and all that stuff. Sequence breaking is basically bypassing the stuff that you have to, it's like you have to do a quest where it requires you to do a lot of things, but you find a way to bypass this certain thing, like a level that you need to do a certain amount of steps to continue onwards, but you just skip it all. And that will, and sequence will also be related to the next thing, which isn't a glitch, but it's what happens with the glitches, what people do with them. But yeah, they work with each other. A YouTuber called Let's Game It Out, he plays games, doesn't play it by the rules of how you are intended to play the game. He tries to break the game's limits, which, as you saw a few clips of him in the NPC montage, he literally tries to break any game that he is given access to. And it's pretty fun. A lot of developers making their games give him early access to these games, so they can see what he can do to break the game, and then improve on it. Sequence breaking, which will be in the next part, which you'll see soon. Glitch number 7. Okay, to get this out of the way, this is not a new type of glitch. This is a person, or multiple people, in fact. These people are called speedrun. What do they do? Well, they just play the game fast as they can in record time. There's a whole community of these people. Once a game starts to exist, they're gonna find a way to speedrun it and do a lot of things for it. So that's it. Like, sometimes it goes from like how fast can you beat something in a particular level, or how fast you can beat the game in like in a short time. That is speedrunners at this point. And there is so much video content I can't even show you, which is like what you're seeing right here, which is a Super Mario speedrun. And yeah, they've been around for a long time. It's not exactly sure how long speedrun's been around for, but they've been around since when video games were made. They were done before like the 1990s when games were growing. And it started to reach on the internet around 1993 from this source that I have on the Wikipedia, which you can find in the link in the description. As it says, it's not very specific of where it was or who started the idea, but a lot of people started to play the game fast as they can when they had these games. And it is a fascinating community itself. Everyone's trying to play the game fast or trying to do a certain task fast as they can. Like, it's a crazy thing itself. The first time, you can't really do it. And then the few more years of experience playing these games, the faster you can do it. And they utilize glitches to beat the game faster, which is like the sequence breaking glitches, which allows you to bypass certain levels in the game that requires you to do multiple things. And like this whole video of the Mario 64 speedrun that you're seeing while I'm talking is literally that. It is fascinating. And sometimes the human body can't allow you to beat the game faster as you can because your body has limits, which is sometimes what some people use are tool-assisted speedruns, or tasks for short. And these are AI that allow you to beat the game much, much faster. Just like this speedrun, which is not run by a person, but by tasks. And yeah, there is so much more to speedrunning than you ever thought of. Just so much more. It's exhilarating for people who make these challenges for themselves to beat the game fast as possible, or to use glitches to beat a certain thing fast as possible. It's exhilarating and it gives you adrenaline. It's fun and unique in its own way. People utilize glitches to make the game more fun for them, and also to play the game better in their own terms. Yeah, that's mostly it. I could talk more about these, which would make this video much longer than anticipated, but I'm very limited to the resources of what I have and how hard it is to find a specific glitch that you're looking for. But I managed to find them the best I could. The videos that are used in this project alone will be in a link that goes to a playlist of each of these videos. I also include 2 more links that are to the Wikipedia sources that I used, so you can read them yourselves. I thank you for watching this content of other people's content mixed with this project to set it down examples, and I'm hoping that you enjoyed it as well. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, if you were still watching, to inform you on why this video is a little messy, why it's not full of information, is because this was a project I was supposed to turn in months ago. It's very late, and I just really hope it gives me a good grade. Um, I do thank you for watching and enjoying the content. Um, yeah, I'm a slacker, and I'll be honest about that, and I should have turned it in as soon as possible. But I picked a difficult project to turn in, which was about like robotics, but that stuff got so complicated for me to explain that I just kind of wanted to quit. But then I decided to do something instead, which was video game glitches. And because that's something that can be often talked about, but not too often. But there'll be glitches only specifically for games. And I decided, why not try to figure out exactly all the glitches for all the games? From what the sources I'm trying to look for, it seems hard for me, or maybe I'm not just using the search right. Uh, this took me several days, probably like 2 whole months to make this video. I thank my mom for helping me trying to get this video done. You know, encouraging me to do what I can do. And yeah, it took me a while. And I'm glad it's finished. I enjoyed making this actually. It's the first time I ever made a video like this with without any special learning experience on how to really do well animations or something like this on a computer. Um yeah, maybe sometime in the future, if I don't close this channel within 5 months, I'll probably make a remaster of this whole video with better information, which will extend the length of this video. But yeah, thank you for enjoying it. And thank you for listening to this message of this video. Bye-bye.